A happy Wednesday to each and every one of you. The 5th of October 2022 is today. Mio Adlan here, once again coming to you live from my house, obviously, for another edition of ACTnow Hot Issue. What's for lunch? Hopefully, you guys are having a great Wednesday so far. Hopefully, you are having a productive day, a good day, whatchamacallit, a hard working day in whatever it is that you do. May be at your work, may be with your family, may be just settling whatever it is that you need to do. But yeah, hopefully you're doing great as always. All right. So for you guys, thank you so much for coming on to this show to watch us today. Make sure you guys give us a like, give us a comment to join in the conversation, as well as give us a share, because this video may not just be beneficial for you, but it could also benefit the people around you as well. And don't forget to download the ACTnow mobile community app on the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store. The keyword is ACTnow, ACTnow. Find it, download it, then you can become a much more dedicated, a much more proactive member of your society within your community to make sure that everything is all good. Make reports about tree branches not being cleared, potholes in your area, whatever it is that is not good for your community. You can upload that report on the app, and the agencies which are together with us will be attending to your complaints as soon as they can. Again, ACTnow mobile community app, download it today. All right, we have a lot of things to talk about today. A couple of very interesting topics today, but I shall not do it alone. I dare not do it alone. I am together once again. This time special, back to back this week. Very rarely you see us back to back lately, but yeah, together with Mio Adan is none other than Melvin Lam. Hey, Melvin, what is up?
Hey, hi. How's the weather over your place?
It's very cloudy, I have to say, and I do have my washings being dried out outside right now, and I'm on high alert. At the first point of raindrop, you will see me suddenly disappear from the screen because I need to go and pick up my laundry. But apart from that, yeah, it has been quite of a moody day so far, quite chilling. But yeah, apart from that, it's
Yes,
fine.
yes. So I hope doesn't. I mean, it was reported the flood would be worse than last year,
Yeah,
but I hope miracle do happens. And yeah, I wish everyone the best. Stay alert. Stay prepared.
yeah,
Yeah, we have to learn. We have learned. Of course, sometimes we can't anticipate Mother Nature's,
hmm,
but those who with our control uh, from the authorities, like the police, clear the drains, trim down the trees, all the branches and all these things,
yeah.
because that's happened. I mean, it was reported some of the margins already taking actions thanks to
Mhm.
our nagging program.
Yeah, yeah. One way of putting at it.
And until that, they
Uh,
make sure that they hear us
yeah,
because we do make sense. We don't
yeah.
let for like your mother-in-law would let you.
Who says nagging doesn't work, right? Nagging does work, from time
Yes,
to time.
yes.
And I also want to share with you, sorry, yesterday when we're talking about flooding, right? Yesterday there was a heavy
Yeah.
downpour in the Klang Valley, specifically around my
Yes.
area, and I had a visit down at Desa Park City, near Bandar Manjalara, and heavy rain came down, and some of the places there. The road, especially naik air. I mean, we're talking about maybe about 2 inches of water actually came out on the road. So a lot of
Mm.
cars were very, very slow. Some of them had to, adjust themselves so that they don't run over the water, because they don't know what's underneath the water.
Yes,
Could
true.
be lobang lah, could be
So,
whatever
yeah.
it is. So
Manholes,
at
especially, just sunk inside. That's why I was caught
and
in the jam. I mean, I don't normally go out for dinner, but I was invited. I'd like to thanks. Yeah, since you're talking about last evening, I was caught over 1 hour. I went to Kota Damansara
mm,
for dinner. Thanks, Creole and her friends invited me there. Uh, a really lovely people. All of them have their own professions, and they do community works out of love. And
mhm,
my friend got invited me, and because we share, I mean, throughout the dinner, even I said we say that even 3 days, 3 nights, we'll never finish. talking about communities, but I'm glad that I met them, and thanks. And they're wonderful people. Those people who are not selfish at all. They are pure high-ranking professions, and yet they put in the time to help the less fortunate.
Hopefully, maybe we can get them on the show next time around, as our guests, just to talk about what they have done and what they plan to do and what their hopes and visions are for their community as well as Malaysia in general. So,
Yes,
you can set that up very, very soon, Melvin. All right.
Yes,
Why did we talk about the floods? Because we want to talk about the first topic today. Why we were talking about the floods? Because, again, if you guys just listen to me just now, people were avoiding some roads because they're afraid there could be potholes, there could be manholes, there could be whatever it is. Because we're going to be talking about roads because it has been reported in a local daily publication. It says that Malaysia has the world's number 12 in regards of worst quality road in the world. We are number 12. Yay or nay? What do you think? What is this report all about, Melvin? Share with us.
Yes, this is an article of a local publisher on the local daily Zutobi, ZU2TOBI. It's an online education company that gives this publisher's report. And of course, our work ministry has denied this report that was presented because it says it's inaccurate and it's misleading and gave a negative perceptions of overall quality of roads in Malaysia. So first of all, I have not heard about this online publisher, so to be fair. But it says here it was calculated scores based on 4 factors: road quality, improvements in road quality, roads depth, and the relative size of the roads network, and it only took into account, that's right, the ministry, only 59 countries only.
Okay, so you can't declare the world lah, basically, maybe like quarter of the world lah.
Quarter, yeah. Might as well. I mean, contrary, on August 10, it was quite surprised. This was published by Utusan Malaysia. At least I recognize this paper.
Publication. Yeah.
Utusan Malaysia. I grew up with it. It said road quality in Malaysia is actually among the 21st best in the world. And it's surpassing Australia, Britain, New Zealand, based on the quality rankings issued by the global economy using the data obtained from the Global Competitiveness Index. So it's quite a contra. One is say we're the 21 best.
Yeah.
One is say we are the 12 worst.
Okay.
But
but my point is that, okay, granted, again, my first time as well hearing the name Zutobi, it's like Zootopia, the cartoon one. Again, we don't know the authenticity and the credibility of this publication. But yeah, we know who Utusan Malaysia is, but we have to also take it with the caveat that we know who owns Utusan Malaysia as well. So, they're not CNN or they're not BBC or they're not Al Jazeera.
But,
so again, take it with a pinch of salt, basically.
Yeah.
But what I want to point out is that, sorry, Melvin, but what I want to point out is that regardless of wherever we stand in the ranking, maybe number 1, maybe the last, I think it's fairly, correct for all of us, each and every one of us, to make our own judgment, to see what is happening on our own roads within our own community. Isn't that right?
True. I will say, I will swear that our highways are excellent.
Yeah,
they have to be because we pay the toll.
It doesn't really matter. Okay, during Raya you pay toll also, you get stuck in jam, so paying doesn't matter.
Starting in jam and road conditions of the road is two different things.
Fair enough.
So the rest houses are well taken off, I would say. Most of them. But then, as I say, ACTnow do receive a lot of issues on potholes, road conditions in the neighborhood. All right.
Yeah.
That is something that I actually accept that. Yeah, we have some issues, but my request because sometimes we face the response from the authority that yes, they most of the time when we report, 2 weeks later they will go and investigate the issue. Then we say, oh, yes, it's true. They need time to get approval budgets if it's substantial, and it would take quite some time until the budget is approved. So I think if we anything possible to cut down the red tapes of the time, because during that time, let's say it will normally average it. From my experience, it will take at least 2 to 3 months. So within the 2 to 3 months, there's 60 to 90 days. Anything can happen or get worsened. So I hope these red tapes or the procedures are cut short, be more effective. At the end of the day, the residents or the community actually voice out, and is you have done your investigations and expedite it as soon as possible.
Just to put everything into context, there are various ongoing commitments carried out by the ministry, the Works Ministry, specifically in maintaining the quality of the roads in the country. And this is a fun fact. I mean, like, it's a useless fact to know anyway. But for your information, federal roads at Jalan Persekutuan in Malaysia is amounting to about 20,017 kilometers in length. And the ministry also received over 900,000 ringgit in allocations for road maintenance costs throughout the country. And as of August of this year, I think 6,656 pothole repairs have been conducted through the Zero Potholes campaign, which has been running since 2016, and the Kita Jaga Jalan Kita campaign, which was launched in November 2021. It shows that the money is there to repair all these things. But the problem is, I nak bencinya lah satu benda. Why these potholes keeps on happening is because Malaysia is so growing, it's so booming. Everywhere, every time there's a piece of land, there's going to be a building being built on it. Hence why you see all those 3-ton trucks, 10-ton trucks carrying all the sand, all the rocks and everything. Yeah, so these kind of vehicles are actually, worsening the conditions of the road because of the load that they carry. And it happens so often and so for a long period of time. Hence why the road conditions are getting worse and worse because of development. This is the drawback of development, Melvin.
Yeah, I can tell you, I can sum up, 900,000 ringgit is actually not enough. It's
nothing.
Not enough. Okay. Yeah. Okay. First, but I think this allocation is just a pinch. Even 10 times is not even enough. Second, you report that kind of X number of report has to be reasonable. That is 10 times more that's not reported. That's why I say I really hope that committees not necessarily use ACTnow. Please take actions. Report it. A lot of people have the upper attitude. There could be one, I always say, believe one issue represents 10 unreported issues. Yeah. All right. Correct. And then the third is that I have to say the contractor that is commissioned or in-house or from the margins do most of them do a shitty work.
Yep.
Just want to say a patch out, but the patch out will only last you for 2-3 months. It will happen again.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. So I have 3 points here. First, budget is not enough. The number of potholes that reported is actually doesn't representative because that's more that's not been reported. So encourage everyone to report. But that one is it's actually us. The committee is actually not taking the initiative. We just complain but not doing anything. Yeah. And first look into the quality of the work that's been done. Because we have reports that's been they appreciate it has been done, recover, but come 2-3 months time, the potholes come back again.
Yeah. So as what you have said at the start of the show, you can use the ACTnow mobile community app as a nagging tool to keep on nagging the majlis, to keep on nagging your municipal council, your city council, your town council to make sure that these matters are being addressed. One thing I also want to highlight that apparently we are second behind in regards to road quality. We are second behind Singapore in Southeast Asia. Granted, Singapore only has 5 kilometers of road, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, moving on. Second topic that we want to bring out on today. We all know that budget is coming up. The presentation of the budget, pembentangan budget, will be done this Friday, the 7th of October, after the Friday prayers, which is around
We don't
2:30.
know yet after tomorrow whether there will be a
Yeah.
budget
Yeah.
actually.
Jangan potong line itu biar dulu. It will happen as of now. It will happen on Friday. What we want to address is that there have been reports coming out from business owners, specifically the SMEs owner. They are struggling still due to the fact of whatever has happened within the past 2 years because of the pandemic COVID-19, and they are urging the government to continue with loan moratoriums for them to be able to sustain, and not just sustain, to survive even. So that is their major concern right now. Your thoughts, Melvin?
Yes, even though we have, you see, only certain sectors, yes, the business is booming, especially in hospitality line, but SMEs are greatly affected. I'm talking about the real SMEs because the last 2 years that they have gone through, in a shorter period, these few months, has not able to recover the losses. So these loans moratoriums have to continue. I personally feel that it has to continue for a while. So this is why the Federation of Malaysian Business Associations, FMBA Chairman Dr. Abdullah said this has to be extended. Otherwise, a lot of business will have to close down and will affect even the directors because they have to carry personally the liabilities. You know, so nothing much I mentioned in paper about this SMEs, the so-called coming budget, but I hope this will be a really highlights the small business sector need to be so-called need assistance.
Okay, my question to you is right now. Okay, granted, during the pandemic, yes, almost everyone suffered. So moratorium was done, in which that loan payees didn't have to pay their loans for X amount of months, 6 months, 1 year, all those kind of things. My question to you is that, or what do you think is that, if this keeps on continuing in regards of moratoriums, loan repayments being deferred and deferred and deferred and deferred, the banks or the loan giver, they themselves would suffer, wouldn't they? Because again, of this special treatment, and until how long can they be given this moratorium? Because this is what a lot of people are also saying, that, oh, manjanya, you keep on being spoon-fed by the government, then the government will then get close to bankrupt, government have no money, and then people then complain, why don't the government help people and so on. That's a bit of a conundrum here. You understand me or not?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, first of all, we are now facing very bad inflations. All right.
And our OPR is quite high at 2.5, and it's higher so far.
So we need the SME do need assistance because now we don't expect the fast recovery of few months since opening. Bear in mind, WHO say we're still in the pandemic until the WHO officially proclaimed endemic. A lot of countries proclaim endemic, but WHO, no, we're still in a pandemic. We have not proclaimed that we entered endemic yet. We still have 2,000-3,000 and everyone so affected. So coupled with the worldwide recessions, I would say now we have recessions, like it or not. Yeah. So you say how long? It's the priority of spending. We do have spending. Right. This budget would be our hope that it will be stimulating. Don't just stimulate the top level. The top level will not be affected. I mean, honestly, right?
No, that's the thing. Yeah, I do understand that, because my own experience, looking at my friends specifically, again, we're not T20. We may be like the low part of M40 per se. But the problem is that when the first time or the second time or even the third moratorium was actually introduced, a lot of people out there, they use this money to go shopping, to go holiday. So they don't prioritize. It's the lifestyle and it's the way of thinking of the people, of the rakyat, that irks me, in the sense that they should have actually saved up this money for reserve, but they have been quite irresponsible in spending them to their own benefit.
But this doesn't represent their all, because this is probably a 10% of that. I do sometimes I do criticize when I see a lot of those social events red carpet, coming with those branded wear, showing off in those luxury cars. I think it's not a time to show off. It doesn't inspire. It's actually demoralizing others people.
Yep.
All right. I say, I mean, I was very criticizing. I criticized this. I mean, last 2 days we have this celebration of the night temple. In fact, I think it was last evening was the last day. Somewhere in Karapila, they have actually burned up 330,000 ringgit of a set of chopstick for prayers.
Okay.
All right.
So but when it comes to religious stuff, you don't question that, right?
I'm not questioning them. Why? Because this unnecessary. First, you pollute. If I'm there, I would take my ACTnow and launch a report. You actually open fire, open burning. All right. Yep. And then 230,000 ringgit. How many people can you help?
Yeah, I know. It all comes down to priority, basically.
Yeah, that's why I tell you, it's not at the moment. I say you can use the 330,000 probably from one single donor and all these things. Convince the donors to use it for good use. Right, the hardcore B40. Then you will be more respectful. The gods will be more happier with you. You know, you burning it. Why I say I can take action because you are polluting the environment.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, when it comes to beliefs and religion, obviously there are some things that you never question. But I understand where you're coming from. I understand what you're trying to highlight over here. But coming back to the topic at hand, when we talk about the businesses out there, I mean, like, there are businesses who are striving right now, but businesses, you know, there's no lying about it as well, who are really, really, really suffering. For instance, I got a lot of buddies of mine who, you know, whenever we talk to them and they would say like, okay, business obviously has not been great. Granted, the doors have been open since February, January of this year, but still it is very, very slow. People are just not spending enough, you know, when it comes to products, when it comes to certain kind of things. Because yes, on this bit, people do understand right now on the necessity of spending sometimes, you know, rather than, you know, they shop at Jai Grocer, now they go shop at NSK because they think of that. Rather than buying the A-list brands, now they're buying like, you know, store brands like your local NSK brand or your Giant brand or whatnot. Because people, every ringgit saved is a ringgit earned at the end of the day, you know. So that one I have to commend the people in saying that people are thinking about saving about that. But is moratorium, the continuance of moratorium, an answer to solve this problem? I myself, I have doubts, but then again, I do not own a business, so I do not know how effective it will be.
Yeah, I think you asked the period. We will not know how long because there's a lot of factors that affecting it, the business world. So why not give another few more 6 months? You are in government, you would know. Does it work? Because the economy, I mean, easily everyone would know, and everyone, I say, tighten out your belt. I mean, yeah, you do spend, you still have to have your necessity, but then probably you buy, I say, instead of going to the top level, so supermarket, go to those more affordable range, you know.
Yep.
But I was told last weekend the meat will be increasing again. Last weekend, I go to the morning market. They say, please take note. I say, yes, I know, because our currencies has dropped, because most of the things that you need import for poultry is imported, the feeds. So it's based on USD.
Talking about currency, I just passed by money changer the other day. Malaysian ringgit to 1 USD, 5 ringgit to 1 USD. Singapore dollars now is at 350. 1 Sing dollar is 3 ringgit and 50 cent. Oh my god, I think I want to migrate to Singapore and earn Singaporean dollars.
Yeah, that's what I thought you would say that.
That one, okay lah. Singapore is doing well lah. Yeah lah, apa country only 10 people what, easy lah to manage. All right, that's all for today's topic. But we do also want to talk about the ACTnow and the community, as mentioned over and over again. You guys make sure you guys check out the ACTnow mobile community app, download it, and you can submit a report like what this individual has actually reported. which is kind of weird. Can you share with us what is this? What has been reported, Melvin? What
Okay.
are we looking at?
Okay, this is an old palm tree at one's residence area. All
Okay.
right. You have the other picture. It was reported to us. It's actually rot at the bottom of the tree trunk. It's actually a hollow. It's actually rotten.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the reporter said, "Hey, this rain seasons, anytime it will just fall any strong wind, and it will actually happens before in this area, 2-3 months back. A few cars was actually damaged. So they took this report is under MPKJ. I think within 2 weeks, they came, they investigated, they came and actually chopped down this palm tree.
All right. So action has been taken, lah.
Action has been taken because I see a lot. When I posted this in the Facebook of ACTnow Trooper, it received about close to 1,000 views. It means I do come across a lot of such tree that is probably damaged by termites, or the bottom is rotten. It's very dangerous to the public.
Yeah. And as I mean, just informing the public, our beloved viewers, that is what the app is for. Should you submit a complaint, should you submit a concern within your area, 9 times out of 10, the municipal councils or the agencies which are connected to ACTnow will resolve the issue as quickly as they can. Of course, sometimes we do have to understand, like what Melvin has actually mentioned, when there are potholes, like MBPJ, for instance, they have a schedule run that they do. So sometimes, actions they don't take immediately. But rest assured, the complaints have been sent. They have heard the complaints and things. I mean, they will do something about it, especially due to the fact that GE is around the corner. They would definitely do want to do things for you guys to really understand how much they
Okay.
love you right now. Next year, I don't know.
Something I
lah.
want to share. Yeah, something I share with you, but I've been constantly when I introduced like last night dinner, I say now I say, oh, group platform and everything. But does it guarantee things will be solved? I think we can't guarantee as now, but we wish one day that we'll be entrusted by the government to make sure that it works. They work for the community because it will work for the communities. It actually works for the government of that day.
Yeah.
So we hope that we entrusted one day. But I say with everyone supporting the app and being transparent, we hope to get things done faster.
Exactly. And how we can make it faster, how we can make it better by your contributions, by your involvement, our fellow viewers, to use and utilize this app as much as you can. All right. So let's try to make ACTnow, the official nagging app for the community moving forward. All right.
I love that new tagline.
Yeah, I think we should do that for 2023. That is all, folks. That's all for now. For ACTnow Hot Issue Was for Lunch. We will be back on Monday to recap what has happened on Friday with the budget. We'll talk about a bit about the budget again. Should the budget happen? So fingers crossed. Hopefully it does happen, and hopefully we get good news.
Whether it happen or not, we have still something to talk about.
We would definitely still have things to talk about. Maybe about Malaysia, about international as well. A lot of things to talk about. If you want to talk about Singapore, only 2 seconds and nothing much to talk about. Neo Adan here signing off together with Melvin Lam. We'll see you guys again next week. Have a great weekend ahead and take care, guys, during the rainy season. Be dry, be careful, and be mindful of everything and everything. Ciao, guys.
Bye. See you all guys next week. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.